It's bringing these blurblach, I call them the blurb, but it's these, what's he trying to say, the explanations of a preface, I guess that's it, in the middle of a sentence. So I'm handling it the best I can. So this really started on page Tuf Kuf Aleph. So on Tuf Kuf Aleph, I'm reading now here the words of the PATACH ELIYAHU. He writes the Ishtamoda Bahom Eloyin. So the lower worlds are really manifestations. And so therefore, from looking at the lower world, he wants to say, and by looking at this world, you have to be able to see how the maker of the action is working. And he said, ve'ech is the modon me'iloi v'satoi. So how it becomes known, I'm not sure exactly what this means. Just a second. Here we are. Ve'ech ish the modon me'iloi v'satoi. How they become known in the upper worlds and the lower worlds. And I think become known is a word manifestation. How they're manifested in the upper and lower worlds. There is no one that can know you at all. Then he goes, I'm going to say a little bit more of this. Ubar minach, leis yechida, there is no yechida, there's no way to make a unity between what's down below and what's up above. In other words, the non-physical and the physical. Va'ant ishtamoda, adon al kula. So you become manifest, and that you, in fact, are the master of everything. V'kol sfirin v'kol chad is le shem yediyah. And this is another idea. Every sphera, each one of them has a known name. Okay, so what is he talking about? I don't know. So let's just look again real quickly at the bottom, at page Kuf Aleph, in just reading the black print. Just reading the black print. The black print says, Li'ish demoda b'hom iloyin, going on. Be'es yinagum b'hom iloyin v'satoyim. So now we want to read the light print, and it says, Ve'ech, and how in fact, Yisnagu, how it is that the upper worlds and the lower worlds, they run al yedecha b'nei Yisrael, because of us, I guess through us, tatachtonim, kol olomos elyonim, all of the upper worlds really, he's really saying that they're really depending on our behavior, because we're attached to them. Let's look over here at number Yud Bet. Number Yud Bet says, Ki noideh hakol sorak uvoha, that everything that happens is really for the purpose of perfecting the upper worlds. Below nivrach of avida yitush cotton, even the small fly the batola for no reason. In lo shacha olam sarech lo, unless it's because the world needs it. V'al yonim teluyim b'tatayim, and the upper worlds really depend on the lower worlds. Ve'es is nagom b'chom tatayim the ma'asechem aim tov im ra. So that isn't actually how it is that our actions are working, whether it's for something good or something bad. Ve'iloyin tatayim b'tatayim. So he says ve'iloyin ataluyim b'tatayim. So the upper words really depend on what we're doing. Shima tachtonim mitiv and ma'asehim. So if we're trying to get better. Gam elyonim mekadam shefer rav v'oros elyonim min ein sof baruchu. V'im chas v'sholem lehefach, if it works the other way. Gam elyonim apsidim v'oros mistalkim, and the lights really leave. Everything dries up. Shas Ratz, that's according to Shas Ratza. So he says of Zichro Menachem, so the Zichro Menachem Mefarish, Eloyin. What does he mean by the word Eloyin, he says? Hainu olam b'chatzila v'tatoim olamos bia. Shekulim misnagim ayedem b'nei adam. All of them really work. We have the reins in our hands to make bracha happen. Or the opposite. He said, "B'biyah shekulim misnagim ayedem b'nei adam b'tachtonim mitzad v'dasam shema'alkim man mitata la'ela," because that's the idea. The real process of the pump of bringing bracha is by bringing up man from the bottom to the top. So now we know this also. The man himself, we ourselves have an etzilus, a bria, yisir, and a siya in us. So that's what he means to say. Is it's like the strings or the flows, let's say the channels that are connected to the olamos, the different hiddennesses. They're in us. We actually control those strings, or we could. Sheim atachtonim mativim maasechem gamel yonim mekablim shefer rav v'oros yonim in the Ein Baruch. Like a Moshe Kasser Rabbeinu Rizal, like the Rizal right Beitz Chaim. He said, "Ayedecha tefillos v'chavodos she'osim atzadikim ba'olam hazeh." I always say that I think that we have concepts of what a tzaddik is. So I'm not denying that, say, Rabbeinu HaKodesh, for example, is, panimi to me, way. But I think also he means that people who do righteous things, whether or not they're on that level, but they're trying to get to that level. So it actually builds up an abundance of koach up above. Every single day, or even in the day itself. And it begins this unending light to shine in Etzilus of Erech B'Kol Yom Nosef Al Chaveiro, etc. So whatever is going on in each day is going to add onto, I guess, what was already there. But let's suppose something that is the opposite. Then there becomes a loss in the upper world. If the lights go back to their sources. The Riyas, I'm not sure if they're Margolius. We had that before, I didn't look it up. Okay, so now we'll move on. That was number Yud Bes. So we'll read the dark print, and how they are manifest in the upper and lower worlds. And how to make known, see the manifestation. By the development that we see in the upper worlds leading to the lower worlds. Reish called Darkim, for the big, whatever level, Ad Sof called Darkim, Nika Gadulas Alukuso, we are able to recognize the greatness of his godliness, Yisborach B'al Yonim B'Tachtainim. Okay, so now we're going to look at number Yudalad, and we have, I don't know, it seems like really dark, 6:38, I think, we still have a few minutes. So P. Ber L'chai Roi, he says, I haven't looked that up yet. I also know the name of this rabbi that's Ber L'chai Roi. He talks about it all the time. Shas Ratzon, this Shas Ratzon also, he says, B'pirish kam v'zel l'shono. V'ech yishtemudon, this is a tough one, yishtemudon, that's right. Olamos el yonim lamala ma'ala kagon olam ha'kudim v'gam oros ha'acha. How is it possible to make known that? Because Eloh el yonim shehem olam ha'atzilus, and also this olamos, the olamos ha'atzilus, yesh lechem yidiyah v'chasaga v'gam ha'tachtonim shehem gedol Yisrael, yesh lechem yidiyah v'chasaga behem. B'kol asher ta'arech ha'arich Rabbeinu Zal. Let me put a little light on this. It'll help me see it, I think. Oh, where's the light? This is the light. Ah, there it is. Asher ta'arech Rabbeinu Zal. Let me translate it. Try to translate it again. So he says, starting again, he says, V'lal shem v'ech yishtemodon. They become known. Olamos el yonim. Lamala ma'ala, up above the next, or inside the next. Kagon olam ha'kudim v'gam oros achab. V'kol eloch el yonim shehem olam ha'tzilus. Yesh lechem yediyah v'chasaga gam hatachtonim. Yediyah v'chasaga. There is some way. There's some idea about them. There's some concept of being able to reach them. V'gam hatachtonim shehem gedol Yisrael. So that said the tzaddikim. Yesh lechem yediyah v'chasaga. This we can kind of perceive what they're doing. Bam. Call the Shech Ta'arik Rabbeinu Zal, like on everything that the Rabbeinu Zal went about, they're talking about. B'shar Achab, where he talked about B'shar Achab, B'shar Akudim, B'shar Mati V'lo Mati, all these different places. Me'iloi Shku B'Partsufi Olam B'Chatzilas, where he talking about Me'iloi, I guess he says he's talking about the Partsufi Ma'atzulas V'Tatoi, Chachme Yisrael, Adkan. They didn't fit greatly together with me, so we'll go on to try to see where he's going. Now he says that was the explanation, the way our understanding was from Shas Ratzon. So he said, "Of the Kisei Melech Bir Shehi Efsher LaHasig HaCholomos Al Yonim Ela Yedecha Tachtonim HaMakabim Umushpoyim Mehem." So only if it fills us up, it becomes revealed. V'zel l'shono. Ki shemes v'sihura, the sun, the moon, sheba'olam ha'shavel dugmas zer v'nuk, sheba'olam ha'elyon. V'gomot shahalavona, me'ira ha'mechashemesh v'nishpas v'meno, and she gets shefer from him. Kacha nuchem v'kabelos mizer anpen, v'ein derech liyad ishtu of. So I think this is a misprint, but let's see. So he said, "Ve'ein derek leda." I think that's what it should be. Lashmodachem Eloi, to know anything about what's up above. She'eder b'nei Adam ishtalshlus madregos al yonim ki im b'briya shemayim v'arav. That it's only possible for a person to really understand. This is what he's saying. Let's try to figure out the words, because he had a misprint here. Vein derech yediyah la'ishtamoda, an idea, or they could be understand Eloi from in regards to the upper world. Sheyad b'nei Adam ishtalshlus madregos, that a person should be able to understand the development of different levels, the levels of up above, like Atzilas, Bria, Yitzir, Nasiya. Ki'im mibriya shemayim v'ara v'tol, only from what you actually could see in this world, from the creation of the heavens and the earth, that are the heavens above and the earth down below. Shehem dugmas defus chosem al yoni, because they are in fact toldosechem, what the product of, which are the product itself, the finished product. Others, the product is us. Shehem dugmas defus chosem, because we are actually in the image of the stamp itself. Chosem al yonim, the stamp that's coming from up above us. We have to be able to look at ourselves and realize that the form in which we exist is because this concept of a chosem, that it's stamped on us. So this is what the psychologists would call actualization, which is actually to come to the realization that that is your connection to everything, is that stamp, like that. So we could read a little bit more. So I think we got to your Dalit. So now this is where he has this preface. So after we've explained that the purpose of the creation of creatures, Hagashmi, that are physical, either his vada be'em se'usim, is to be able to become known, be manifest be'em se'usim, in their reality or their existence, Mahus ha'olamos al-yonim, really the form or the being of the olamos that come before it. Like we're the final process of a hologram. So we're where it all ends up. V'han hagasam, and also the way that they work. Im zos b'vadai ba'atzmusi yisbarach ein kol hasaga. So in this, though, this fact that we could look at ourselves and see that we still have no idea of the essence of the line of Hashem Yisbarach, ein kol hasaga, there's really no way to understand, would start all of that rolling. I think we'll stop right here, 6:44, and before we get too much into anything else. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for learning with me. Kol Tuv.